are talking to you today about um, the the biggest things we've learned about expressing ourselves. Whenever you are in alignment, you will be expressing yourself, but not all expressions are in alignment with the natural laws. So, we are talking about the biggest challenge that we have had to overcome and are still overcoming. At least I'm speaking for myself. In learning to express ourselves in alignment with the natural laws. So Oliver's driving, but said he would share with us.
I would definitely participate.
What is the biggest challenge you've had?
So, some of the biggest challenges I've had with expressing myself has been how the recipient is going to take what I will say, how they're going to take what I say to them.
So worry.
So worry and fear because of the possibility of not being liked, or maybe not wanting anyone to just not being liked. I think is one of the biggest ones. Or this is specifically, I think, challenging because you've grown up with this idea of who this person is for your entire life, and then once you start to change those boundaries and you start to express yourself in a different way, they're not used. You're sort of showing a new side of yourself to someone, and they might be very much open to that, or they might do the exact opposite and completely shut down or choose not to want to engage with you. And that's one of the challenges of expressing yourself. That's been very a challenging thing.
Yeah. Really good insight. And so what I would say from my perspective, because I grew up with a family where like you expressed yourself, like we were an Italian family, and you were always using your hands and you were always saying what you thought, whether anybody wanted to hear it or not. So we have two polar opposite families.
Oh, yeah.
So that's an interesting challenge, and you're still working on it. Is that accurate?
Oh yeah, definitely still working on it. But over time, you become more immune to not being so fearful of expressing yourself or worried about what the other party will say, because you realize that what you're doing is for yourself and it's for your growth and your engagement and in the relationship, for it to move forward, or maybe to stay stagnant. Yeah.
What I would say is, if you're coming from a place of kindness and compassion and your heart is open, it doesn't matter what you say and how somebody takes it. You have no control over that. And so the best thing that you can do to stay out of a place of fear and worry is to always come from your heart, always be compassionate and kind. And then you don't even have to worry, because the place that you're coming from is genuine and authentic. So I would say that to Oliver and to anybody who's listening and worried about what other people would think. I'm on the opposite end of the spectrum, where I don't really about what other people will think. I want them to receive the message that will help them grow and align. And I also am really tethered to being and honoring the truth within myself, and the truth as I know it to be in alignment with the natural laws. And that's where I focus my energy, is really as what I'm speaking in alignment. Now, obviously, I'm on this journey too, and I make mistakes and I make corrections and I adjust, and I'm learning just like you guys are. And I think it's really important to start to cultivate that confidence within yourself when you get that inner strength, that you're not so focused on the outside, you're more focused on the inside, which is what being in sync is really all about. Because ultimately, how our manifestations work is we align from the inside out, not from the outside in. And so when you stop worrying or having fear or concerns about how your message is received, you release the attachment to the outcome, and you really are able to be aligned to that pure inner strength within. So, Oliver, any final comments?
100% agree. And speaking from your heart is really where I have grown the most.
Yeah.
And I have a good message, Kiana. Good
Yeah.
message.
And I would say it's equally challenging to live with somebody like me who's on the path.
Another 100%.
And why is that? Why is it difficult?
Because we come from complete polar opposites in how we grew up. You grew up in a very expressive family. I grew up in a very different family, and
Yeah.
you're a pro at this stuff, and I am still. It's been 10 years, and I've grown tremendously. There's still room to grow, and no matter what, there always will be room to grow.
Yeah, and I am a pro. I am a master at this because I focus on it, really, honestly. And communication hasn't always been, and it still is a challenge. I have my nuances with communication that I'm working on to become better and more aligned. And, you're not alone. We're all here to grow and evolve and expressing yourself in alignment to the natural laws. Peace, compassion, love, kindness, authenticity, um, fearlessness. Those are all aligned with the natural laws of who you were intended to be. So don't get stuck on what everybody else is doing on the outside. Focus on building your inner strength. Cheers to being in sync. I am Kiana Sage, and I guide people to peace. Have a great day.
Bye.